golf. I'm still my brothers, but I can't play like somebody keep somebody doing something. Or I'm just, I can't play like that. So too much bickering and stuff. I switch games. I got other games.
G Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey alongside major champion Rich Beam in the booth, and it's wonderful to welcome in Henny Koyak, who's out on the course following our featured group.
Hi Luke, great to be here. As this event kicks off, our featured group consists of 2 players who appear to have entered into quite the rivalry.
So it looks like they're trying to beat Colin Morikawa this week. That's ambitious. Seems like a friendly duel from the outside, but could create some extra sparks today.
I almost just have to laugh. Someone saying they're going to beat Colin Morikawa. Does that even happen these days? He's one of the most consistent players on tour. I don't know that he's beatable.
Well, he's been accused of having a balky putter occasionally, but you're right. Iron player as good as Tiger Woods in his prime. The short game's irresistible, but I think the most impressive thing about young Colin is his mindset. He's got a 40-year-old mind on a 20-year-old body. No wonder he's winning at a decent rate of knots.
Come here.
Let's see if he can make this and get the par on the card. Well, that's a no-fuss par to get the round underway, Rich.
That's a rock-solid par right there.
I'll take that.
He finds himself tied for 6th. The second hole is a long par 3, old typical Redan style at 230 yards.
Yes, the green runs from right to left and chases away from the player on the tee. You can hit it short right and have it bounce on to the flag sticks that are on the right. However, when they're in the back left, you don't want to come up short and left in a low area. That'll leave a very difficult up and down.
Damn.
Pretty good chance here. This one's for par.
Let's get it. Let's
There
get
it
it.
is. Now over to Colin Morikawa.
He's just coming off a drop shot on that last hole.
Colin Morikawa setting up his shot. Oh, that's clutch. What a way to save your par.
And this is why you got to keep your foot on the gas at all times. These guys and girls are good.
Rich, the first exposure to the famous lake here at Arnold Palmer's Bay Hill Club and Lodge is the third.
There's a lot of intimidating tee shots on this golf course, Luke. This could be number 1. Water down the left-hand side you obviously want no part of, but if you miss it right in the rough, that is very gnarly and nasty to come out of. The green works away from the player, moving from right to left. The miss is out to the right, but watch out. It's awfully quick coming down that green. Don't chip it or putt it in the water.
Just 3 feet to the cup. Now let's switch our focus to Colin Morikawa.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Oh, almost went in. Well, that should save them. That one from the sand. And after that effort, that's how it looks. The first of the par 5s, Rich, the 4th hole.
Yes, Luke, you got out of bounds on the right-hand side. That shouldn't come into play for the players, but those bunkers down the left-hand side certainly will. If you get a good tee shot away and you find the fairway, the second shot uphill to this par 5, you can reach, but still lots of trouble lurking around this green.
Nicely done. Even for the day. Currently tied for 3rd position. Looks to be going with a hybrid here. Keep your fingers crossed for a bounce to the right. And here we are with their 4th. Just a stroke behind the leader. And this one is for his par. Well hold. just one off the lead after that hole.
Come on.
The fifth at Bay Hill is the shortest par 4 on the front 9, measuring just under 400 yards. Rich, placement off the tee, critical here.
It is. It plays straight downhill the entire way, so most players not taking driver out and challenging those bunkers. Lay up short of those, and you'll have a short shot to a green that once again chases away from you at the back end of it.
Yep, it did. It did all that.
Now over to Colin Morikawa.
He's one stroke behind his rival in this event.
Yeah, he 2 strokes.
Yeah, that looked to be a bit of a misread. Okay, let's get back to the action. They're a long way from the hole here. Work to be done.
This is what they have left for birdie here.
Come here. Come here. Come here.
Just missed. No, that's too bad. 3 feet to go here to the hole.
Bruh,
So
that would
no
have
movement on the leaderboard, remaining at even overall. Now we head to the famous par 5 6th. Rich, a lot of players are thinking birdie, maybe even eagle.
Out to the right, most definitely the widest part of the fairway, just left of the left-hand bunker out there. We'll leave a layup out to the right, and then you just have a short pitch on from there. This is a really solid birdie opportunity.
No.
This would be a great up and down. Certainly makes putting easy if you can chip it that close.
Such soft hands.
What's that easy?
Trailing by a stroke after that hole.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the 7th hole, a par 3.
Finally, you have a green that pitches back towards you ever so slightly, Luke, but still coming into it with a good 6-5 iron from 195 yards. It's still a difficult task to get it close.
Getting ready to play their 3rd. Just one stroke.
Come here.
Right in it. This one's for bogey. That's tracking. That limits the damage.
Dang.
Now let's switch our focus to Colin Morikawa.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
It'll be a good result. I know it
That
didn't
could
go
land
down,
in.
but it just a tap in awaits. The par 4 8th, Rich, challenging tee shot and approach.
Love this tee shot here, Luke. The fairway camber's pretty good from right to left, kicking the golf ball towards that bunker. So make sure to take one less club off this tee. From there, you make sure that you take enough club for your second shot to carry the front edge. If not, that golf ball will come falling back off the green into the drink.
Now just 1 over par. Currently tied for 8th place.
Come here.
Yes, they've made it. That'll help make a big move.
Yeah, I'm back even. I'm back even.
Our current leader is enjoying a 1-shot lead. Let's take a look at the final hole on the front 9, the 9th, and what a tough tee shot it is.
It is it ever. Players want to avoid the bunker down the left-hand side, so inevitably they push it out to the right-hand side, into the rough, into the trees. Now they've got really very little chance of reaching the green in 2. So this is probably the most difficult tee shot on this front 9, and one they have to find the fairway with.
Putting for birdie.
Come on.
That's disappointing. Right on 4 feet. Should make this one.
No.
Oh, he's up, Tiger. Bogey putt coming up here. Yeah, well hold. Let's move on.
Dang.
Now over to Colin Morikawa.
He's 2 strokes behind his rival this week.
Big time play, that one. At the right time, too.
He tied up.
Saving one there after being all over the parking lot, chipping in for the par.
As we step into the second 9 here, Rich, and the short par 4 10th.
Players have looked at this hole differently over the years. It used to be just a layup shy of that bunker down the right-hand side. But with a favorable wind, we're seeing a lot more players take out driver and take it over that bunker, leaving a very short second to a green that is slightly elevated.
Unable to find the green on this one.
Greens in regulation today has been absolutely abysmal, and that is
Get.
reflective on their scorecard.
You're kidding me. Did he hold that? To the top 5 he goes. That shot so good, we need to have another look.
Beautifully judged. Great tempo on this chip.
And with that now, back to level par.
Gotta like it. Moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
The par 4 11th resembles the par 4 third, doesn't it? The big lake on the left-hand side.
It
I
does.
don't
It
care
just
if
has
I
a
don't-
little
I'm
more
not getting
landing
one.
room here on the left-hand side.
I ain't
however.
get off because
But
of
if you
it.
lay back,
It's
be
just a
prepared
lot.
to go in with a long iron. If you take the driver out and
spring, I ain't
successful,
gonna do
you
it.
now turn this
Told myself I ain't
challenging
gonna do
hole
that no more.
into almost a birdie opportunity.
Nah, which guy got mad? And he talking about
Nice shot that.
Ray
That
was,
should find the surface.
Ray
A
was
wonderful shot.
holding
A chance
hands,
for
not
birdie here on
helping
the
him.
11th.
And he was over here pinging
What's in
shit
front of
on
them,
the
Henny, with this putt?
This one, guys, he's got around 9 feet. This for back-to-back birdies.
Come on, let's make this putt. It's for a share of 4th on the leaderboard. Now let's switch our focus to Colin
Oh,
Morikawa.
again.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival.
Nah,
Can
for real,
he
he
do
was
the
mad, bro.
catching
You
up
can watch
that's
the last
necessary?
one, bro. He was,
And after
He
that
did too
effort,
much.
this is how the leaderboard
I'm like,
looks
bro, what
right
is you
now.
really talking about? Nobody, he ping stuff, but he be pinging stuff when he dying, or he be pinging stuff when he rushing this song.
And the 12th hole, Rich, similar to the 4th hole.
Ghost and Ray
Arnold
was
Palmer
on.
is really starting to mimic front and back nines.
He does. It's kind of the same thing. Out of bounds, out to the right. You got to avoid both
I
those
think I'm
bunkers
still
there,
like
both
that,
right
I'm like,
and
that
left.
make my hair
You find the
hour
fairway.
already.
Again,
Bad move,
second
so.
shot slightly uphill to a green that
Does it
sits
really
above
get
you.
off?
One of the big
Don't hit
dangers
that
here,
bump.
though, is going
at
long.
like,
That is a big
I'm in second
no-no
place.
to miss it long on this 12th.
And here we are with the 3rd shot. Only 2 shots off the pace.
Let's get it.
Yeah, you hit a beauty, didn't you? Good opportunity here to move into a tie for 3rd. Oh, nice putt to make for a birdie. And with it,
Look at
he
my
moves
scope.
to
I'm
1
messed
under
up
par.
2 times. They were baby missiles. I missed.
And as the
One
scorecard
under par.
suggests, heading up the leaderboard.
We got 3rd place over
Number
there.
13,
Get
not a
to it.
long hole by anyone's stretch, but the pond in front of the green really plays havoc.
It does, more so than it should. It's just a long iron or a hybrid off the tee. Find the fairway down the right-hand side. Open up the angle for your second shot. And it's obvious, you just don't want to miss your second shot right. So bail out to the left-hand side, make a par. Pretty simple.
Oh, my.
Yeah, that's what y'all get.
Don't give him
They
praise,
trying to
just
make him
look
be
with
like he a
admiration.
pro.
That's serious talent. Let's get back to it, shall we? Henny, what's the player facing here?
And from about 105 yards,
Come on, get down.
Let's get it.
This putt right on 12 feet to the hole.
little birdie look in here.
Come on, it's
Is that a good line? That was a top-level approach shot, but unfortunately they walk off the green with a par.
Opportunity lost, and one they needed to take advantage of, sitting just 2 back of the lead.
That's inside the house of opportunity.
You need to make a long putt to secure a birdie.
Trying to get to 2 under with this putt.
Come here. Oh.
That'll sting a bit. This putt's about 4 feet from the hole. He's currently tied for 2nd.
Always like to see your name moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
We get into the closing stretch here at Bay Hill, the 15th, the par 4.
Strong par 4, your dog legs from left to right. Don't miss it out to the right in that bunker. Not only are you hitting your second shot out of the trap, but also you've got some magnolia trees to deal with. This is a very difficult fairway to find because that fairway does chase away from you just over that bunker. This is a very strong par 4.
How good was that bunker shot? Okay, time to return to the action. Henny, you've had the chance to have a look over this one?
The perfect leave. Uphill, can be firm.
Damn, I should have
It
hit
was a
it.
gallant attempt.
I see how to
Putt for
do it
par
now.
coming up. And that putt drops. Now 1 under, heading to the stretch.
Really going to have to dig deep here if they want to win this title.
Yeah, I want it.
Needs to make a move soon.
I gotta do it in this game or in this game.
That's some good golf right there.
No, this 16, I
Rich,
gotta
good chance to get this green in 2.
Yes, this player's found the fairway, and now they've got the opportunity to knock this
No,
in 2. Be wary of coming up short and left, obviously in the water, but don't be anxious to miss it out to the right, especially in that
Why is it
bunker
going to
that's
the left?
in the middle of the green on the right-hand side.
Should've just hit
That
it a little
really
harder.
can wreak havoc with the players. Try and find the green at all costs with this second shot.
Oh,
Don't want to state the
Bro,
obvious,
this shit
Rich, but a little too hard, that one.
shit wet, bro.
Now over to Colin Morikawa.
Dang it, I'm
He's
still
currently
tired.
trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah, he ain't catching up.
Let's take a look at Colin Morikawa.
I'm trying to do something like that.
Wow,
He just
what a
did.
save.
Needed it. Needed that in a big way, chipping in for the par.
Our leader is a couple of
Still at
shots up
3.
at
If
this
I,
stage.
bruh.
The par 3 17th, Rich, has got a wonderful atmosphere around it. Looks visually quite stunning, but my word,
This hole causes more stress for the players, I think, than any other hole on the golf course, with possibly the exception of number 3. This green is nearly impossible to find, as it is so firm historically through the years. You find the green, you make your 3, and you're smiling earlobe to earlobe.
Okay,
No.
steady now. This is a bogey putt coming up. And a little slide down the standings
No.
after that hole. Rich, as we head to the finishing hole here at Bay Hill, a famous finishing hole, so much drama over the years, predominantly by the great Tiger Woods. But most of the drama starts off the tee.
It does. This is actually a semi-blind tee shot. There's a mound down the right-hand side of the fairway where you can't see the golf balls land, so players won't know whether they found the fairway or missed it right, or even out on the left-hand side. Most iconic moments in all of golf, in my mind's eye, Robert Gomez holding his second shot here back in 1990 to claim the title.
This putt is for a score of 72.
No.
Putting for bogey here. And that will do it for him at this event.
At least I beat my rival, bro.
And Henny, no win for this player in the tournament proper, but they did set the goal of taking down Colin Morikawa, and they accomplished it.
Luke, it was an incredibly bold call from this player to challenge Colin Morikawa and beat him. They'll be buzzing with excitement and that much more determined to excel in their next event for sure.
I'm Luke Elvey, alongside Rich Beam, and on behalf of all the hard-working folks at HB Studios, it's goodbye for now.
if FedEx Cup, I'm talking about FX. FedEx Cup standing, I'm number 1 right now, yeah. Top 7. I got the most wins too. Play one more. Oh, John, I ain't even changed my equipment. I always change your equipment. Make sure you upgrade it so you can be able to hit farther. You up.
2K Sports and the PGA Tour are delighted to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Players' Championship is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group.
Hi Luke, I'm pleased to be covering this featured group. We've got a fresh rivalry developing between these two players as well, so that should provide some great entertainment to the spectators this week.
Well, this week, Henny, it looks like they're intending to beat the big-hitting Brooke Henderson. She might be a kind Canadian, but certainly a fierce rival.
Yeah, she's not going to say sorry. Just make sure you don't look in her trophy cabinet beforehand because you might get intimidated. There's some big major championships in there. Brooke Henderson, speaking of big, hits it big, got big game, and is just so lovely on top of it all. I almost don't want her to be beaten.
Yeah, she's a born winner, isn't she, Brooke Henderson? This is going to be a tough rivalry, but one if you can win will certainly build your confidence. Nicely done. Scorecard filled with threes never hurts. Good putt to make this. Oh, so close. It's just about 3 feet away.
This is what they have left for par here.
He's in a share of 9th place. The first of our birdie opportunities comes second, par 5.
Driver not necessarily required here because you have to shape your tee shot from right to left, and if you're a right-handed golfer, that's not the easiest thing to do. So lefties have a better opportunity, I think, of finding this fairway than most with driver. From there, a second shot over a long bunker to a green that's very narrow, dotted by pot bunkers. Truly is one of the coolest par 5s on this layout.
And now over to Brooke Henderson's next shot.
It's been so tight. She's tied here.
Oh, you've made it. What a play. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
This is a 12-footer here.
Oh, looked like they hinged in that stroke. Just a 4-footer remaining. Ooh, right by the hole. Par putt coming up here. 2 great shots, but 3 bad putts. So no movement there. The player remains at even par. Going with the 7. I'm pretty sure they had their sights set on hitting the green there.
Wind is absolutely swirling in this part of the golf course.
Well, I hope he makes this one. It's for par. He's currently tied for 11th. Well, the 4th is another great example that it doesn't need to be a long par 4 to be a testing one. This 4th can be menacing, can't it?
Just a small little twisty par 4. Just going to take out a fairway wood, find the fairway, and from there you're going to have a small second shot, probably a wedge. 3 distinct sections to this green, the front, the right, and the back left, and all of them have their difficulties when hitting your approach shot into them. However, in my mind's eye, if you find the fairway, you should have a decent look for birdie.
Oh, that's frustrating. And this putt to move into the top 10. Oh. And in it goes. What do we catch?
Why that shit just cheated me?
She's currently ahead in this rivalry. Let's see what happens.
How good would that have been if it had dropped?
She still up by one.
And now we can take a look at how that play affects the leaderboard. All right, Rich, the par 4 fifth. A strong hole this one, isn't it?
Huge mounding down the left-hand side that you want to avoid at all costs. The bunker down the right-hand side, to be fair, is not that bad. But a little further right of that, though, that's the water. You want no part of it. Second shot is downhill to a green. To be fair, that's mostly flat. Runs from back left to front right, but one of the more benign greens on this layout.
Pretty straightforward 4-footer coming up here.
And this putt to tie Brooke Henderson.
Setting up miles from the hole. And now over to Brooke Henderson's next shot.
She made bogey, gave one back on the last hole.
It's time to check on the leaderboard.
He tired of it.
The leader now has a one-stroke advantage. The tee shot at the par 4-6 has changed a lot now that that tree's been taken out of the way, Rich. But what do you think of this short par 4?
I missed the tree. I thought that was a really cool feature of this hole. You had to flight it underneath the tree back in the day to find the fairway. The bunker down the left-hand side has been expanded quite a bit as the lake on the left-hand side has been added as well. The front part of this green is protected by tall palm trees that will certainly make you think on your second shot.
Let's say right there.
This is a wonderful little par 4.
Lexi Thompson currently on top of this one. As we go from a wonderful little par 4, we go to a challenging, longer par 4, the 7.
And as you can see, there's a long fairway bunker down the left-hand side that makes you believe there's more room left than you actually have. It's just not there. Players should be looking a little bit further right. You find the fairway, your second shot should be straightforward. In fact, Luke, I made a 2 here one time, so that shows you how simple this hole can be.
And in it goes for the par. What do we catch up with Brooke Henderson?
It's been so tight. She's tied here with her rival. And can she pull ahead now?
Oh, that's great. It just missed the hole. So after that effort, this is what the leaderboard looks like. Our current leader is enjoying a one-shot lead. The 8th hole, a long par 3 stretching 240 yards at its maximum. It's no sleeper, that's for sure.
I don't find anything sleepy about this hole. The front of this green is so narrow. There's no place to land it, especially when they put the flagstick there. This hole will grab your attention, as it should, because it's a long iron to a sliver of an opening. Even when they put the pin on the right-hand side, you want no part of it. The center of the green all day long here.
Dang it.
Sitting at 2 over for the day. The final hole on the opening 9 at TPC Sawgrass Stadium course, Rich, is a clever 3-shotter.
Par 5, 583 yards from the back. Most players will play this as a 3-shotter. Just find the fairway out to the left, second shot out to the right, sets up a very simple third shot to a very narrow green. Miss it right or left, good luck getting it up and down.
Yep, solid connection. This is looking good.
And now over to Brooke Henderson's next shot.
She's one stroke behind her rival in this event.
Oh, how about that one? Well, that'll move her up the leaderboard as well. Okay, let's get back to it, shall we? This putt is about 8 feet.
This is their look at birdie.
Just didn't drop it.
Looks good.
Rich, how are we looking after 9?
Well, after 9, so far so good. It's great to see these two players stepping up, getting the best out of their games. It'll be interesting to see exactly who's going to be ahead at the end of the tournament.
Opting for the 9-iron. Seemed to lose the handle on that shot.
Missing it short there, they will definitely be upset.
He has this putt to save his par.
Come on, ball. Come on.
That line was looking good, wasn't it?
My God.
You finished your work on that hole. Let's take a look at the next one. What do we catch up with Brooke Henderson.
It's been so tight. She's tied here with her rival. And can she pull ahead now?
There's some birdie holes out on this course, and the 11th is certainly one of those, but there are some troublesome spots if you get out of play.
There definitely is trouble, but the thing I love about this hole the most, Luke, is that there's so many different ways to play it. Most players will take driver off the tee, but from there, now it's anybody's ball game. You don't have to go for the green on the second shot. You can lay it up over the left. You can lay it up over to the right. You can lay it up long left. There's so many different ways of attacking this hole. Each individual is going to do it differently. I love the second shot on this hole.
This putt, a chance to move inside the top 20 on the leaderboard. Sitting at 2 over for the event. Well, the tee shot is all that matters on the short par 4 12. Most players can reach the green. It's just a decision whether the player goes for it or not.
They can, but they better be aware that there's a lot of danger up there. Water left obviously is no good, but even bailing out to the right, in those dunes, in the mounds, and little pot bunkers on top of those mounds, well, forget about it. That's not a good space either, especially since the green does run pretty hard from right to left. If you want to take this hole on with driver and expecting to make 3, well, you need to realize that a 5 and a 6 could be easily made as well.
And he's safely on the green.
Birdie at the last. This for another.
Man, that jump started rolling away.
An opportunity to make a par here. Ooh.
Give me my par.
And this one will be for bogey. Now 6 strokes back after that hole. Well, as you start to head for home here at TPC Sawgrass, you're blessed with this wonderful par 3 13.
And this is a really cool par 3. You've got 3 distinct areas on the green, front right, all the way on the left-hand side, and the back right. Wherever they put the pin is going to dictate what shot shape you want to have into that green. I think it's a really cool design because it requires you to think about how you want the golf ball to land on the green and the way you want it to bounce. I think Pete Dye did a great job in designing this green.
There's a few birdie opportunities out of the gate here on the second 9 at TPC Sawgrass, but it really starts to toughen up down the stretch, starting here with a difficult par 4 14.
Difficult tee shot on this playing some 481 yards from the tip. You find the fairway, and you've got a decent chance of finding the green with your second shot. But if you're out of position anywhere on this hole, your number will go up exponentially.
Come here. Come here.
Are you kidding me? And that'll be a big boost to his standings on the leaderboard. What a shot that was. Why don't we revisit the magic?
Perfect distance, perfectly judged, and look at that, straight in the hole.
Thought he was Tiger Woods for a minute.
And now over to Brooke Henderson's next shot.
She's currently trailing her rival. Let's see what happens here.
What a shot! Almost went in the bucket.
I get it.
Let's
I'm
catch up
winning.
with the current proceedings. The par 4 15th again requires another strong tee shot because there's some trees in the way, Rich.
Players do hit through a chute off this tee shot, which makes it a little bit simpler, I believe, for the players. Bunker down the right-hand side is no good because you'll have trees blocking you out with your second shot. If you miss it left into the pine straw, now you've got some trees blocking you out there, so finding the fairway is imperative. This green is no fun. You find the center of the green and you might be able to putt every single day, but in all reality, you have to find the correct section in order to give yourself the best look at making a putt.
Didn't quite have the right stuff there. A par putt awaits.
Let me get my part up.
Well,
I did just get a good one. I had
It's
chipped.
been a little up and down, but she's just 1 stroke back from her rival.
Boy, Rich, that was a big-time save, that one.
She needed it.
That was spectacular, Luke. Great work. Great shots.
As we head to the 16th tee, the famous par 5, Rich, the start of the gauntlet.
Ideally, players want to take their tee shots from right to left, start off that fairway bunker and move it left back in the fairway. Anything down the left-hand side can get caught up into those trees and really cause players issues with their layup. You find the fairway, now you have a massive decision to make. Go for it or bail out to the left, thinking that's the safe play. It really is not. You have to be brave and try and find this green with your second shot.
Ooh,
if not, it could come up and bite you.
She got her par.
Trying to get back to even par with this putt.
They're staring this down for eagle.
Come here. Come here. Bro, if I get this, come on. Come here!
That hurts.
I still got to do that now.
Let's head to the next.
I'm +1. Right.
Now 4 back after that hole.
So good.
All right, Rich, you've stood there, you've hit the shot. Take us through the par 3 17th.
When you play here in a practice round, it looks like you could just throw it on there. But when you're in a tournament round, it doesn't even look like it exists. The hole changes so much when the tournament starts. That's what I love about it. You just add 35,000 people who are having some fun and ready to heckle you if you knock it in the water. Good luck. Enjoy.
Come here!
His next
Bruh.
putt is for bogey.
I was in, man.
2 over par.
Oh, man.
Let's head to the finishing hole. This wonderful par 4 18th. Wonderful only if you're a spectator.
It's wonderful if you're not playing it for a lot of cash. It's just one of the most difficult, visually intimidating holes I think you'll ever face in your life. Somehow, try and hit it down the right-hand side of the fairway, keep it out of the rough, and from there, hit it out to the right-hand side of the green somehow, also keeping it out of the rough or that pot bunker short right. Listen, you'd be happy to make 5 here, that's for sure. 4s are magnificent. 3s are unicorns. They really don't happen that much. It is such a difficult, demanding finishing hole. Probably one of the toughest in championship golf.
Give me that. Give me that. I'll take that
That
par.
signs off on today's round.
I'll take that. You seen that par? Spunk that mug. I beat my rival.
Well, Rich, a top 20 finish. I'm thinking that they'll be pleased, but I wish they could have done a bit more this week. Am I right?
Absolutely. As good as this player is, top 20 finish is just okay in their world. Obviously, lots of parts of the game still need some attention.
Well, that just about concludes our coverage. I'm Luke Elvey, and on behalf of Rich Beam, plus all the hard-working folks at HB Studios, it's good night for now.
I know Skechers. They call it snake bite. TaylorMade. Ooh. Championship. Oh snap. I gotta get right now. Championship. I'm going by the Disney one. Hard my drive. You gotta be clear and wood. Alright, come on, man. Right. Ready, going for the championship. He going for the championship. Alright.
.2K Sports and the PGA Tour, proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Valspar Championship is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and out on the course following our feature group is the delightful Henny Koyak. Hello, Henny.
Hi, Luke. I'm very happy to be following this particular featured group because there are rumours of quite the rivalry starting to bubble between these two players.
Yeah, so this week their goal is to beat Jon Rahm. Henny, that is by no means an easy feat.
No. If Jon Rahm is fired up, sparks could fly, you want to be out of the way, and he's just going to go straight through like a Spanish ball.
Yes, he's fire and brimstone, isn't he, Jon Rahm? All the Americans couldn't beat him in a Ryder Cup. This player, well, it's an ambitious rivalry to say the least. Seems to have chosen the 3-wood. That one should find the surface. Getting ready to play their third. Wow, that almost went in the hole. Okay, Henny, what's he looking at with this putt?
Yeah, they've left it in the perfect spot here, just below the hole. They can be aggressive up the hill.
Ah, what a disappointment. He finds himself in a share of 7th. Water is a feature here at the Copperhead course of Innisbrook Resort, Rich, and it comes into play at the second.
Downhill tee shot. You want to keep your tee shot out to the right as best you can to take out the trees that hug the left-hand side. Green sits well above the player's second shot. They won't see how close they hit it from the fairway.
This putt is from 14 feet.
He's staring down a birdie putt here.
Okay, steady now.
Looking good so far.
That's a good putt for par. You'll take it. We'll now move over to Jon Rahm.
He's trying to pull ahead in this group rivalry. Let's see what happens.
Oh, so close.
But he better get his stuff together.
Let's take a look at the current standings.
Yeah, I'm still even.
The Copperhead course at Innisbrook can really bite you, especially if you're slightly wayward, and there's one of those holes right here at the third, Rich.
Decisions to be made. The fairway narrows up. Should you take driver out? Also the water on the right. So players more than likely laying back with some kind of fairway wood.
Okay.
20 feet to the cup.
Dang it!
Yeah, that looked to be a bit of a misread. A par putt on the table. Oh,
Bruh.
just missed.
They trying me, man.
Well, that hole's behind us. More to play.
No, they tried me,
Sitting
man.
at 1 over for the day.
Not much happening. Moving down the leaderboard. Never a good sign.
The fourth hole, the first of the par threes on the property, and you've got to be dialed in on your number.
This is a challenging par 3, no doubt about it, Luke. This green pitches from right to left and from front to back, making it almost impossible to get it super close unless you have a perfect number into this par 3.
And here we are with the third shot. Just 2 shots behind.
Come here.
Ooh, that almost went down. Just 3 feet to the cup. And that putter's hold, and that means it's back-to-back bogeys, unfortunately.
2 bogeys in a row, never a good sign.
Already started.
Now playing a little defensively.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard as it stands.
He's still up by 1.
The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. Stretching out over 600 yards means the par 5 fifth is no snub.
It is. Luke, I rarely say that par fives on the PGA Tour are challenging, but this is definitely one of them. It's an uphill tee shot and a second shot that is downhill, moving from right to left, that's completely blind for these players. There is a tree about 100 yards out, which is going to be something they aim at when they lay up. Third shot, though, is very basic, down the hill to a fairly flat green surrounded by some bunkers. More than likely, most players are going to have to lay it up on this par 5.
Come here. Ooh, I aimed it.
Bounce back.
Let's
Way
get
to
it.
make up for the bogey at the last.
Got it.
Love to see it. They hadn't been making
Got us a
anything
birdie.
all week long. Finally got one.
Got us a birdie. They sleeping on
Now
me.
3 strokes back after that hole. The 6th hole at Innisbrook's Copperhead course, Rich. It's a challenging one, isn't it?
If you find the fairway off the tee here, you are an amazing human being. The fairway tilts from right to left very significantly. Holding the fairway is almost impossible.
Didn't quite strike that as cleanly as they would have hoped.
Hard to control the distance when you're coming out of the rough.
Winner! Oh!
Oh, well played.
Just eyeballing that one, trying to make it.
Oh, we was in there.
Let's go to John Rahm.
He's got some work to do, but he's only one back from his rival.
Well, that's very crafty, isn't it?
Yes, very smooth tempo there on that chip.
Standing on the 7th tee, players get to breathe a sigh of relief having a 6 behind them.
You know, Luke, this is sneaky hard, to be fair. You don't need driver, and so you might get lulled to sleep a little bit by taking 3-wood out just for position. Any misses to the right or the left, and you'll be blocked out by some pretty gnarly trees. The green tilts from right to left ever so slightly, and watch out for those deep bunkers fronting this green. They'll grab your golf ball in a hurry.
Come
That was
here.
a gallant attempt. Oh, I don't mind this par putt. And that putt will drop. Well done.
Supposed to be in.
We'll now move over to John Rahm.
He's one stroke behind his rival in this event.
Oh, they
Not
almost
good for a
carried
long
it.
way. And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks.
Pars.
Well, if you haven't felt snake bitten already, the 8th at 230 yards, Rich, will certainly get you.
Everybody loves a 230-yard par 3, don't we, Luke? They're just wonderful, wonderful designs, and I'm laughing because this is nearly impossible. This green is just a sliver up there. A high shot moving a little bit from left to right is an absolute must on this par 3.
And this player's moving up on the leaderboard after that hole. And now we find ourselves with a par 4 here. That's a nice-looking tee shot, that one. The great Severano Ballesteros inspired an entire generation of European golfers, particularly his own Spanish golfers, and I feel that we might even have the best Spanish golfer of all time in John Rahm, Rich.
I absolutely agree with that. I believe in the game right now, Luke, that if there's one player that all others are fearful of when they get on top of the leaderboard, I think John Rahm's name would be #1, because he seemingly has 0 weaknesses. I can't find a single one. I look at his game, and it is so complete, you just get envious of it, don't you? Because it is so good everywhere. Off the tee, iron play, the short game, the mentality, the vision, the imagination. He's got every single tool that you could possibly want in this game. He is by far, I believe, the most complete player in our game today.
Yeah, it certainly feels like we're in the John Rahm era right now. And a chance to get back to even with the card with this par. Opportunity to make their par. The putt drops, and we're moving on. And after that performance, they'll stay right where they are in the standings. It's been a good year. 3 wins so far this season. The great Severano Ballesteros inspired an entire generation of European golfers, particularly his own Spanish golfers, and I feel that we might even have the best Spanish golfer of all time in John Rahm, Rich.
I absolutely agree with that. I believe in the game right now, Luke, that if there's one player that all others are fearful of when they get on top of the leaderboard, I think Jon Rahm's name would be number one, because he seemingly has zero weaknesses. I can't find a single one. I look at his game, and it is so complete, you just get envious of it, don't you? Because it is so good everywhere. Off the tee, iron play, the short game, the mentality, the vision, the imagination. He's got every single tool that you could possibly want in this game. He is by far, I believe, the most complete player in our game today.
Yeah, it certainly feels like we're in the Jon Rahm era right now. This shot coming from around the 150-yard marker. Just 3 strokes back.
Jon Rahm watched that one all the way. Great approach shot. This player is definitely upping the pressure in this rivalry.
Found the green side bunker. Looking for an up and down here. And just about 8 feet left to the hole.
Come on, bro.
Putting for a par now. Oh, Rich, is there anything more disappointing setting up what you'd think is a makeable birdie putt, but unfortunately not able to convert? Lucky 13 for some. This par 3 plays 200 yards.
Luke, this tee shot is about as hard as 8th grade algebra. It is absolutely mind-bending. It doesn't look like much, but that green absolutely... I think the green is made out of Gore-Tex. It repels golf balls.
And this putt to move into the top 10. Oh, so close. And finishing this hole with a tap-in putt. Sitting at a couple over for the event. Second shot here on the 14th. Getting ready to play their third. 4 strokes off the lead. Yeah, not a bad effort, that one. Up onto the green and a chance to hold your putt. Jon Rahm getting ready for his next shot. Gee, that'll keep the momentum rolling, Rich.
And now this is why you can never get comfortable, even if you're leading a PGA Tour pro. This is what they do. They mean business.
No, it curved.
Yeah, it's just about 3 feet away.
This is important. Big par putt here.
As they say, drive for show, putt for dough. That'll cost you. Not sure how that putt came up shy.
Sometimes when you try and get it up the hill, you just forget to hit it sometimes, and it seems so in this case.
Trailing by 6 shots after that hole. The long par 3 continues to be a feature here at the Copperhead course, and 15's no different.
It is. Thankfully, though, this is the flattest green, or one of the flattest greens on the golf course here. It's basically just a long iron down the hill to this flat green. Don't miss it left. That is no good.
4 feet to the cup. Now 6 strokes back after that hole. And a par 4 awaits at this next hole.
There's some trees over on the right-hand side that you want to take it just left of to find the center of the fairway. From there, you're going to go in with a mid-iron to a really small green. A high, soft shot is required to hold this green.
Always love these opportunities, especially when it's for birdie. Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? That was a sensational approach, Rich, but you've got to feel like an opportunity was lost. What's in front of them, Henny?
All right, down the hill here. Got to be gentle.
Oh, sorry, I didn't miss it.
So after that effort, this is the current standings on the course. Managing to maintain their position on the leaderboard. Opting for the 5-wood.
Oh, man.
Oh, that one's straight at the pipe. Oh, what a shot. You'll take that. Well, take notes, folks. That's how you do it. 11 feet left to the hole.
If this putt drops, they'll pull in front of Rahm. This group is heating up.
A bit long on that one. Putting for a par here.
Rolling end over end. This putt's looking great.
Sitting at 5 over for the day. The closing hole of Innisbrook's Copperhead course is also the final hole of the Snake Pit, and this one here has everything going against it.
Lay it back and you're going to have a long second shot back up the hill, but if you take driver and find the fairway, you'll be rewarded with a very short second shot.
Let's go.
Make this for a round of 75.
No!
Ooh. Pretty good chance here. This one's for par.
They've got this to get into a tie with Rahm.
Well, Rich, I think it's fair to say that this player struggled with their game this week.
Not what the player was hoping for at week's end. Hopefully they can find some positives to take with them.
On behalf of Rich Beam, Henny Kuyak, John McCarthy, I'm Luke Elvey saying so long from 2K Sports.